Good evening. We will go ahead and call to order the Community Redevelopment Agency meeting, Tuesday, August 12th, starting at 5:04. Roll call, City Clerk.
Yes. Commissioner Shell.
Present.
Commissioner McCutcheon. Present. Mayor Marion.
Present.
Commissioner Williams.
Here.
Commissioner Wallace. Here. And correction, Vice Mayor.
No problem. Okay, so at this time, we're going to do the invocation of prayer, CRA meeting. Okay. We will go directly into the public forum, city comments, which shall be 3 minutes per person. If there is anyone that wishes to speak regarding anything pertaining to the Community Redevelopment Agency. My apologies for being late. So at this time, I'm going to close the public forum for the CRA meeting, and we will go directly into business. First item is E1, CRA Policies and Procedures Manual.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I am excited. I'm anticipating a great meeting with you guys, my first official CRA meeting, and also it's my 1-year anniversary with the big city of Fort Meade today. And so this is all predestined. So first and foremost, we have CRA Policies and Procedures Manual. I know you guys have those procedures and manuals in front of you. If you have any questions in regards to before I start, I'm just going to highlight some things from the procedures, policies, bylaws. Before I start, anyone have anything? I do have 2 corrections as well. So let me just say those really quick. The first correction is on the first page, which is section 1. It states that each meeting will be at 6:45. That should say 5 p.m. That should say 5 p.m. That's one correction. And then there's another correction for commercial exterior improvement program, and I'll go through that with you when we get to that page as well. Yes, ma'am, Ms. McCutcheon.
You corrected.
Okay. So for a year I've been here and I want to get things started and going, and a lot has happened. in 365 days, but we are here pressing forward, and I want to see the city grow, not only just by buildings, but also the people. And so, previous interim city manager, Ms. Drummond, we sat down and came up with a plan, and also I added some things to it to see you guys. When I say you guys, for the city of Fort Meade go to another level. First and foremost, with our new interim city manager, he would like my background to with our new interim city manager, he mentioned to us in our meeting, our admin staff meeting, policy. Make sure you have policy down so we don't blur the lines. And so that's what we're going to go over today is policy and procedure manual, page 3, section 1. At the end of this portion that I'm going around, you need your signature to say yes, we agree with the policy. If there's anything that needs to change, then I'll ask for another meeting as well. All right, CRA mission statement. The City of Fort Meade Community Redevelopment Agency mission is to strive to eliminate blight and to promote redevelopment of properties within the CRA district by the private sector. I'm going to go through just a few of these and highlight them because we only have an hour. I wish I had more time with you to go over everything with you, but hopefully I will. Regular meeting date, the Fort Meade Community Redevelopment Agency meets as required at notice, convene meeting prior to the City Commission meeting on the second Tuesday of each month at 5 p.m. Again, that will be strike 6:45, unless otherwise advised. Annual CRA organizational procedures. At the regular October meeting, the following tasks will be included in the organizational process. You have the CRA shall hold an initial organizational meeting in which the first order of business shall be the election of officers of the CRA. Such officers shall be elected by the full CRA by majority vote. Make CRA board member committee assignments if any. The CRA board shall recognize those members whose terms have ended. Have we had officers before?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Review the CRA policy procedures for additions, modifications, or deletions. The adoption of the bylaws shall be by an affirmative majority vote of the board and set a date for review of the findings and recommendations of the previous year's external audit report. I do have that report. I do want to share that with you when we have our budget meeting as well. Again,
Now,
highlights. Yes.
when you ask the question where you I'm not sure if they will refer to our advisory board, but as the CRA, we've never set officers before.
Okay. We need to do that.
As the CRA. Correct.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Which we'll talk about as well. Okay.
So
You
no.
have to pick your advisor, person to represent you. All right, so CRA meeting agendas. Just going to highlight some things, and if you want me to go through the full Monty of it, I can. Okay. And then CRA agendas. One of the important things I want to say is if it's an amended agenda, we have talked, myself and Nicole, amended agendas are provided, the amended agendas provided to the CRA board no later than 12 noon on Friday preceding the Tuesday meeting. So I am aware of that. Additional agenda support material, I wanted to add something in there, but of course, again, we want to make sure policies and procedures are always adhered to. Be made available to the CRA board up to 12 noon on Monday before the Tuesday meeting. If it's really, really important, I'm going to do it. If not, I'm not going to add something onto your plate already. CRA meeting protocol. We know the protocol. We do that with you guys as a regular CRA commission, which you guys do so well. Whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, the way you operate as a body, I've watched it again for a whole year. So we go to the next page. It talks about our statute, the 163.330-463. This just talks about why we have a CRA, why was it established. It was established for the community. It was established for our business owners to bring funding to you as well. And so that's the full body of it. Again, this is all public as far as the statute goes, and you can also get this off of our website and also all right. Section 2 is the preamble. I do want to read the first part of that. That's the bylaws. The Community Redevelopment Agency of the City of Fort Meade, Florida is empowered by the the Florida statutes to undertake and carry out community redevelopment and related activities within the community redevelopment area of the city of Fort Meade. These bylaws are established to provide local operating rules, which are consistent with the Florida statutes. Redevelopment activities that may be undertaken within the community redevelopment area are generally described not limited to the following. And so there's a few there as well. I'll read the first one: development and adoption of a community redevelopment plan. We have a plan. The plan will be updated. We need to update the plan. The plan will be updated. I took stop for a minute. I took a stroll with Rock, our utilities director. Is it utilities? Parks director, and we see that there is land that the city of Fort Meade owns, the city owns. And so when I read number one, development and adoption of community redevelopment plan, in the plan, it asks for parks, new park equipment. It talks about affordable housing. And so we want to see those things come to fruition for you here as well. So again, if you looked at the preamble, your bylaws, we go to the next page, general provision and meetings, Article 1. The affairs of the Community Redevelopment Agency, hereafter referred to as the agency, shall be controlled and administered by a board of commissioners, which are amazing commissioners, hereafter referred to collectively as the CRA board. I do know there's a distinction between the two. So there's a CRA board individually as commissioners, which shall be composed of 5 city commissioners. The city commission of the city of Fort Meade may appoint the city advisory board. And that's where the advisory board shall be comprised of 7 members appointed in alignment with the city's board and committee policy as provided in a resolution. The advisory board member may be reappointed to an additional 2 years term and shall not serve more than 2 years consecutive a 2-year term. Members of the advisory board must be business, property owners, and be employed with the CRA district in our area. An advisory board member may resign at any time or may be removed by the CRA board for cause. In the case of such removal for cause, factors to be considered by the CRA board may include but shall not be limited to. And it has one through 4 there for you as well. So in the past, what I've seen that each commissioner kind of appoints their own person to be the boots to the ground, for them in the community. Or if it's a business owner that you say, yes, I would like this person to represent me, and then you will appoint them to be a part of that CAC board. And they'll come, we'll talk, and then we'll bring back what we discussed with you guys as well, with you all.
Question regarding the advisory board. Is this something from the statute that you presented earlier, or is this just what we call best practice? Meaning members of the advisory board must be business, property owners, or be employed within the CRA.
This is statute.
Statute.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
thank you.
I'm going to go over to jump over to Article 4. Anything in Article 2 and Article 3 anybody would like to discuss? Any of the commissioners? I see everyone would like to discuss. The administration from Article 2, the CRA board may assign the city manager or other city staff members to employ a CRA director to be the chief administrative officer of the agency. If the decision is to employ a CRA director shall be selected from qualified applicants by 2/3 vote of the CRA board in a regular or special called meeting. The CRA director shall be employed by and serve at will of the CRA board. I like that part. I get to serve at will to our CRA board. The CRA director shall be responsible for implementation of policies as directed by the CRA board. The CRA director shall prepare and propose annual budget, which I have met with Jennifer on as well. Annual budget for the CRA board's consideration and approval. The CRA director shall be responsible for preparing agendas for regular and special called meetings and or public workshops or hearings, ensuring the maintenance of financial records of the agency and reporting at regular or special called meetings the financial condition of the agency. Staff other than the CRA director may be employed by the agency if budgeted by the CRA board. The CRA director shall hire, manage, and terminate staff of the agency. The CRA director may be assigned the other directed by the majority vote of the CRA board. That's your Article 2 administration. All right. Article 3, officers' terms and duties. The officers of the agencies shall consist of the chair and the vice chair who will serve in the capacity of the chairperson and vice chairperson. The term of the chair and vice chairperson shall be 1 year. And the vice chair. The city clerk or deputy city clerk of the city of Fort Meade shall be the custodian of the minutes of the agency and shall be responsible for the accurate keeping of the minutes of the CRA board, which shall include an accurate roster of attendance. The director of finance of the city of Fort Meade shall have the authority and responsibility for the safekeeping of funds and securities of the agency. All right. So fiscal management, what I mentioned to Jennifer, Jennifer, I mentioned to her, I do have a fiscal responsibility. I do know what that is, and I want to make sure that it's ran properly because we have an audit. And I want to make sure we have a good audit and we are not frowned upon anything that we have here. There is a financial report that is always going to be on our website. On our City of Fort Meade website, is there now. It has to be done before March 31st of every year. And so it is there now. It was not there when I got here, but I made sure we had something on the books. We have to have something on the books. And so it is there. Accountability is what I pride myself on. And so for Article 4, you have the fiscal management. Again, I just spoke of the annual report. I just spoke of the audit, as well as the accounting practices and budget with Jennifer and surplus funds. Expenditures. How we spend the money for CRA. How we spend the money and where is the money going. So we're going to get into that in just a minute. Article 5. The severability, the remaining severability amendments and conflict. Anybody got any questions?
No.
Concerns, comments?
No.
Okay. All right. Just like your CRA, your commission's meeting, next page is code of ethics. I don't think I have to go through that. We already know what being business minded is all about. Code of civility, same thing. We know what the house rules are. We know what professional conduct is. I'm always saying, because I'm implementing these things tonight. Page 15, enforcement. Authority to enforce the policies. Any questions on that? No?
Are any of these authorities regulated to code enforcement?
No. Not at this time, no. No, sir. If you have looked over the procedures and policies in our bylaws thoroughly, there is a signature that is needed from you. If you need more time, that is fine. But at the end of that page there is a signature that is needed from our CRA board. And then we have signatures from our attorney and also our deputy city clerk.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
So if I don't know, were you done with that portion?
Yes.
So I wanted to come back to the advisory board member. This is under Article 1. May be reappointed to an additional 2-year term, but shall not serve more than 2 years consecutively. In the event that the board is not filled and individuals that are on the board currently have already met the 2 consecutive 2-year terms, a total of 4 years, what takes place at that point?
I'm assuming since it has to be amended, I'm going to have to give with our attorney in regards to that.
We have a large CRA. My concern is just not being able to churn up that much volunteerism every 4 years. That's my only concern.
So I think what I hear Mayor Beering and Commissioner Watt saying, if I may, is that it looks like it's in that third paragraph on page 1 where it says that the member may be reappointed to an additional 2-year term, but shall not serve more than 2 consecutive 2-year terms. So they would be eligible to serve again. It's just that they have the first 2-year term and the second 2-year term, they would almost have to take a break. But I think what you guys are kind of saying is you want maybe that language changed some for them to be able to serve for a longer period of time.
I mean, we probably would want to consider those options only because we may not, it may be difficult to meet that turnaround and utilize the people here. I'm all for bringing people in, but I've been trying to bring people into the fold for the past 4 or 5 years, and it's a struggle to get volunteers. So.
Okay.
So question just about this. Is there I believe in support term limits. I wonder if there is a conversation for us to engage. I don't know how to attract more volunteers. I guess what we're proposing is like a safety measure in the case. I would also love for us to explore how to get more volunteers so that some of the challenges we faced before.
Yeah. Now, I will say this. In my time here as a commissioner, there has been a lot of interest shown. But when it comes to volunteering, but you have to meet these parameters. That's why I asked the first question, which is the member must be a business owner, a property owner, or be employed within the CRA district. And that's a limited amount of people. So in times past, we opened it up for individuals that lived in the area who may not have a business or own the property or be employed. Well, property owners. Does that include houses?
Yes.
So then that answers my question.
Okay.
I was wondering if individuals who did not own a business was eligible to be a part of the advisory board.
Yes.
Okay, so that's it.
Yeah.
So do you guys still think that we need some type of clause in there to allow them to serve for an additional time frame without having a break? Because right now they could be appointed for 4 years, right? And then they have to have a break.
I think it's the faces at time. May not come up, but we got to draw there.
Yeah, that's a good point. If we don't do any changes right now, what Commissioner Watts is saying, and then it's fluid, right? So all these documents are kind of living documents that you can always vote to change. You can do an additional time and extension at that time.
And a thought that I also have is, it says consist of 7 members. Is that a maximum of 7? Could it be up to 7? As long as we have a quorum, say 5 to 7 members, or is it an absolute? Has to be 7.
So I don't think it's a have to be 7, but I'm gonna check on it for you. Just
I think that could be one way of.
But it's in alignment with the way we do the planning and zoning. So the way we do it now is each commissioner from a district can appoint, and then the vice mayor have 2 appointees, and the mayor has 2 appointees. So that's where the 7 come from.
Yeah, but I think with your bylaws, right, it's just like, say if you were doing a charter revision or something and you all guys voted as a body to change it, they can be changed. But consistency is good because you kind of remember where you're at and what you're doing, and you're kind of used to that, and it's not broken.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I understand the premise of it, but again, the question still remains. Is it up to 7? So even though you may get 2 appointees, maybe your 2 appointees, they don't want to volunteer, and so that brings us back to 5. Will we be able to proceed without having to say, oh my goodness, what are we going to do? Until we get 7.
We had a similar situation already.
Yeah, so that's why I asked.
One of your appointees and one of mine.
There you go.
Never showed.
Correct.
So so let me clarify, but from my understanding at this moment, no, it doesn't, that's not a hard and set number. So, yeah, but I'll verify.
So, for me, I'm of the opinion that if that is the case, then there is no ceiling for that. I'm satisfied with the way that it is. A maximum of 4 with a break.
Gotcha.
Because that too is, in line with the current Florida statute as well, correct? So,
As long as you be cool.
correct.
Did you have something?
Okay. All right.
Anything that you want?
No, I want to stay out of it. You guys done a good job.
Yes.
Okay, so that's all I have.
So that's all I have right now for your policies and procedures and your bylaws. And your bylaws, thank you so much for being patient as I walk through that as well.
Question for you at the top before we start. And I actually asked Commissioner Watts this before we began. For my understanding, when we talk about Broadway or the corridor of Broadway, where does it start and end? If we're talking about businesses along the corridor, does it start at Highway 17 and end at the railroad track? Does it start across? How do we know what that?
For Broadway? I'm sorry, say it again.
He wants to know.
Do I have the CRA board record in that slide?
It's not right.
But it is in your packet.
Yeah, it's in the packet.
It's in the packet.
Okay.
Yeah. So that goes 6. Yeah, you can't see that.
Yes, sir. Is it the last page of that section?
Yeah, we used to have a large map with the boundaries for the CRA as a whole.
Okay. So
Yeah.
We had one at one time, stayed. And it stayed here for a long time.
it's going not
Yeah.
quite too
The boundary.
Okay, so it
It goes
starts.
all
but it stops at Oak Avenue. It don't go beyond Oak Avenue. So everything to the left, if we're facing north, or let me say it this way, everything west of Oak Avenue is in the CRA. If it's east of Oak Avenue, it is not in the CRA unless you go up into those two areas.
Okay, I follow. And then the opposite direction of Broadway is what? The starting point. If we look at, so I got that one. Now what about the other one? Yes.
All the way out.
And the curve. And we have a question about that. I'll talk to y'all later. We got a question.
Okay.
Sand Mountain right there, so it goes beyond Sand Mountain, just before that curve. Would y'all show the balloon we just discussed?
So what I'm showing, CRA board, come on,
Temple.
what is this? So what is considered this area?
Commissioner Williams' specific question was Broadway. Yeah.
So you can also
The Sand Mountain Road is part of that good trees from Broadway.
Yes. And so I wonder why
I think Oak is just the internal CRA.
Got it.
Not necessarily Broadway.
Got it.
I think at one time, Broadway was actually before the old bridge. The city limits were way in. And the bridge went to that moved out.
Got it. At some time. Got it.
Orange, what happens in Orange is 700 is what separates the district. So everything west of Orange is the commercial staff district. Everything east of Orange is the general district. That's the way Orange separates. Thank you.
And thank you for doing that. I wanted to know as we are approached, and we're having this discussion, I didn't want to say, hey, just go on the website and check it out. So it helps
You're
that
right. You're right.
it helps that we talk about
I know, but the writing is so small. I want the residents to know they can kind of, use those cameras and zoom in. But I definitely have this in my office as well.
Okay.
To look over.
Okay.
So let me know when I'm ready for me to continue. Okay. All right. So next on the agenda is the commercial exterior and interior improvement program, and also the residential program for facade as well. You've had a program before in the past. We call it the lottery. So everything was in one pot. You got a ticket, roll it around, pick one out, and then we went on from there. But this time around, what I've chosen to do, and hopefully you guys see the vision of it, is to make these programs individualistic programs. So you'll have one for commercial exterior, you'll have one for commercial interior, and then you'll have one for residential. They have their own budget of money, and commercial has their own budget of money. So no one's commingling together with those. So the first one is Commercial Exterior Improvement Program. The intent of the program is to support the revitalization of the commercial corridors in Fort Meade CRA by stimulating private investment in improvements that enhance the appearance of buildings and properties and eliminate blight and non-conforming design standards. Moreover, it is the intent of this program to encourage improvements to private properties that go well beyond what is required under the City of Fort Meade's Land Development Code to enhance the form, function, and design quality of this redevelopment district. And so from the meat of it, I want to say those properties located along Highway 17, Broadway shall be eligible for 50% reimbursement of project costs not to exceed up to $10,000. Not to exceed, but it's up to $10,000. The properties located along Martin Luther King Street shall be eligible for 75%. I want to talk about that. Why one is 50% and one is 75%. A 75% project cost not to exceed $10,000. The reason being for MLK, Martin Luther King Jr. Street, 75% is because there are not many businesses on that street. How do I procure? How do I get them to come? How do I entice them to come? So this is one of the incentives that we have, that they have a building and they want to get some exterior work done on the building. They pay their portion, we pay 75% of that. That is the reason being. We know that right now Broadway is thriving, so theirs is 50%. Any questions or concerns in regards to that?
Maybe not a question, just a comment.
Yes, sir.
You know, I don't know that it's solvable, but I just think about businesses that may be struggling. That's what we're talking about along the MLK corridor. And let's say whatever their portion that's required, they don't have. I don't know. Are there other directions that we can point them towards for assistance?
Yes, sir.
I find that to often be the case. Sometimes either the matching grants or this type of situation. So where we may not be able to assist more financially, are there resources to point them into?
Yes. With the county, and also there's an incubator. I spoke with Commissioner McCutcheon in regards to small businesses coming into an incubator. There's one in Lake Wells, and so I've spoken with them as well to partner with us. They have more funding allocated to them for small business owners, and so I am partnering with them to say, hey, I need y'all to come to Fort Meade, have a workshop with me, and let's bring some money here. So what I want to do and what we can do is stack, like you said, we can stack those grants for them as well. So I'm working on that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Anything else about exterior? Again, that is your awnings, that's paint, that's windows, that's doors. as well. It talks about eligibility of the maximum allowable award and the eligible areas. We just seen the map for the eligible areas as well. Eligibility, you can say, for example, business owner does get the grant, they cannot apply for another grant for 5 years. For 5 years as well. For the exterior grant, new construction is ineligible. New construction is ineligible. Any other questions, any comments, concerns? All right.
I have a question.
Yes.
At the end of the fiscal year, do funds roll over or do they have to be completely expended?
Funds roll over, Jennifer.
So if we come to the end and we have not exhausted all those funds, what are we doing with them?
Well, they do roll
If
over.
they're not able to use them,
They don't roll over.
okay.
Because when you set a budget for a specific period of time, October 1 through September 30. So if funds are used less than what was budgeted, it just resides in the general fund or the CRA fund.
Okay. Gotcha. Thank you.
Well, they don't go away.
No, it doesn't go away.
Yeah, that's why I wondered if we lost those funds.
No, we do not lose them. We want to use them as much as possible because the county looks at that, and so we want to make sure that what we're giving, we use it to the best.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So the process for, again, I'm still on your exterior improvements. So the process, qualified applicants must schedule an appointment with the CRA prior to preparing an application for submittal. The CRA office is located on the second floor of City Hall, in 8 West Broadway, Fort Meade. Appointments may be made by calling this is my business cell. Make sure that everyone has it here. That is 863-267-4205. Again, that is 863-267-4205. Applications will be accepted on a rolling basis and grants will be awarded on a first come, first served basis. There will be a time, date, and stamp. There will be a time, date, and stamp. Once you receive the application, if you don't mind, CRA board, I want to talk to you. I'm going to say something. Once you receive the application, there's a time, date, and stamp on that application. Please be prepared to involve in the report. So whatever you're needing to get done, you should get done. It's not a race to the finish line because there is money in the budget for it. I want to make sure you get everything done clear, concise, clear. All right? All right. And then once I meet with them, intake of their application, I would then break down everything that's in the body of the process as well, so they can know what we can do and what we cannot do as well. Selection criteria. We do have a point system. We do have a point system. I'm not trying to make this harder for our residents or our business owners, but we have to have a point system. We just can't randomly take 20 applications and say everybody is approved. So everything goes by a point system. On this selection criteria, there is a correction. The third one that says, when it says private contributions between 10,000, that should be between 10,000 and 25,000. Not 250,000. They're probably gas when you're seeing that. So that's 10,000, between 10,000 and 25,000. Applicants that score below 60 points will be recommended for denial. But you can appeal that. You can appeal that, but it will come before you all for the appeal as well. And then it goes into disbursements of funds, expiration of the grant. So you don't want it to expire. You can't hold it and say, give me another 30 days, or I have this going on, I have that going on. We have to stay by policy. We have to make sure we stay in the right direction. So expiration of grant award. Applicants must receive a building permit within 6 months from the date of the CRA Advisory Board approves the grant request or the funding will expire. Extensions may be granted by the CRA Advisory Board under special circumstances. Under special circumstances. Project completion must be within 12 months of insurance of a building permit. Extensions may be granted by the CRA Advisory Board under special circumstances. We have the map. Same thing for our commercial interior improvement program. What I highlighted in the program body, the last sentence that says, all work must be permitted as necessary and completed by licensed contractors. Licensed contractors. I will sit down with Mr. Brown as well and go over licensed contractors. They have to have 3 quotes. 3 quotes. 3 quotes have to be given out as well. So application, let's say something about that again, completed application form, project schedule, photographs of existing building and the proposed project area, schematic drawings illustrating proposed work, photographs of project description, and 3 itemized cost estimates. 3 itemized cost estimates. I have an uncle that does amazing work, but is he licensed? He's good, really good. But is he licensed? Everything. But is he licensed? So I say that to say we have to make sure everyone is licensed. Some bids, we're going to check it all, make sure everything is, they're paying their taxes and everything is good. Everything is good. Okay. All right. Same thing with interior, just like exterior. You cannot reapply for another grant for the same location. 5 years. 5 years. 5 years.
So just for clarity, so that means you choose either exterior or interior.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes. Same process as exterior as well. Any questions?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Interior, exterior, can you do both?
No, sir.
One, you pick one.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Scoring criteria. Again, scoring criteria is very important.
We have a question in the audience if you care to answer.
Is there any way you can turn the speaker up just a little bit? We can hardly hear back here. And the reason why I come down here is that echo is really bad.
Yeah.
On the YouTube channel, it's
Yeah.
really bad.
I will turn it down.
All right. We got told last time, if you get too close to the mic, it vibrates or echoes. If you get too far away, then you can't hear out here. So we don't kind of in the middle.
Yeah, so we'll get that addressed. We just have to find the funding source. I know something we can do about it.
The last but certainly not least is the residential improvement program. I do have a heart, passion, and pursuit for our residents here in Fort Meade. I have fiduciary responsibility, I say. Once I drive up here, I park my car, I get out, all I'm thinking about is Fort Meade and what I can do to make this town, I say town because I come from a small town, to make this city better. How can we make it better? How can we make it grow as well? So the residential improvement program. The residential improvement program provides assistance to property owners within the specified target areas. Eligible projects include essential exterior repairs or enhancements to properties to improve safety, property values, and the aesthetics of the neighborhood. Applicant must apply to the CRA office. You're going to come talk to me. Like I said, I gave you my number before. If you are eligible for this program. Applications. Completed application. Income verification, current photograph of the property, any historical photographs of the structure, if applicable, images of architectural styles or features the owner likes, if applicable. Provide staff and the contractor access to the exterior spaces of the house. An initial site meeting will be scheduled once the property is ready for contractor assignment. Following the initial meeting, the house will be placed in one of the following categories. We have 2 categories. There's a level 1 category and there is a level 2 category. Level 1, eligible work includes repair and replacement of eaves, fascia board, gutters, downspout, scraping and painting, or other protective covering repairs, screen repairs, windows, landscaping, window repair, replacement, damaged wood replacement, fence repairs, and front door enhancements or replacement. $5,000 grant maximum. This is not a matching grant. This is what we're giving to the community. It's not something you pay 5,000 and we give you 5,000 later. This is not a matching grant. So that's level one. That's level one, 5,000 grant maximum. If additional work is desired, which goes beyond the maximum or scope of the residential improvement program, the owner may enter a separate agreement with the contractor. And I'll give you an example in just a moment. The CRA must receive a copy of the signed agreement. 2 years ago, there's a young lady in Main City had a home done. She had a roof done. Our max was 15. Her roof was 23. Do the math. She would take care of the rest of that, and it had to be signed and written by her. We did our 15,000. So that's what I'm saying, that we will definitely up to, for that level one, up to 5,000 grant maximum. But if there's extra, that's something that you would come. All right. Level two.
Question, sorry.
Yes.
I know I asked this earlier regarding commercial. Is it the same for residential? Is there another source that has that can be approached for additional assistance if you don't have in that situation the $8,000?
Well, with this one here, this is given, so you're not matching this one.
Got it.
This one here is if we're replacing your fence, and you're eligible and you meet all the requirements, and your fence is $3,800, we're paying $3,800.
Got it.
So there's no matching. That's something that we're giving as a grant, we're giving to.
I'm saying if it exceeds the cost, exceeds what you're able to. Is there a way to offer them a homeowners?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's through the county. That's through the county. I mentioned that to Commissioner McCutcheon when we met. The county is eager. They want to help with matching grants with us as well.
Awesome.
Yes, sir. I got you. I got you. Level two, houses with termite damage and or roof damage qualify for level two. Eligible work includes repair, replacement of eaves, fascia board, gutters, and downspouts, scraping and painting or other protective covering repairs, screen repairs, windows, landscaping, window repair and replacements, damaged wood replacement, fence repairs, and front door. Level two grant is $25,000 maximum. Level two grant is $25,000 maximum. If additional work is desired, which goes beyond the maximum, or scope of residential improvement program, the owner may enter into a separate agreement with the contractor. The CRA must receive a copy of that signed agreement. Level two is, I'm not sure, I haven't did the cost of what it is to tint a house or termites or anything like that. I know it's got to be more than $5,000. And roofs are not $5,000. And so that's a level two. That is determined by myself. Mr. Brown will get together as well. We'll have a licensed inspector as well. So we're just not willy-nilly just picking those things out. The budget for residential is $100,000. Commercial exterior and interior is $100,000. For example, if we get two homes that are $25,000 each, that's $50,000 gone. We have $50,000. And if you may get 10 homes for $5,000, you see how, or you may get one house for $25,000, and that leaves up $75,000 to do rehab and repair. Okay, all right. So eligibility, residential improvement program is available to property owners within Fort Meade CRA areas that are income qualified at or below 80% of the median income. Governmental entities, and not-for-profit entities are ineligible, with exception for those paying property taxes. This program is intended for single-family duplexes and townhouses, rental homes. This program is intended for single homes, duplexes, and townhouses. Rental homes units are ineligible. Property taxes, property insurance, and mortgage payments must be current. So, for example, if you are a level two owner and you get the $25,000, those things need to be current. Your property taxes, your property insurance, and mortgage. I know that gets a little personal. But you're going to be with me and we're going to walk you through that. But I definitely want to make sure you get the money. We don't want to just hold it. We want to make sure they get it. So I know this person, yes.
What page you on now?
Oh, I do apologize. We are on the residential improvement program. That is page 2, sir.
What tab? E3 or the 5, I thought we got the lost that page.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's hard to see.
You got it?
Okay. Thank you.
All right. The available assistance, and I love what Commissioner Williams said in regards to a certain amount of money, where else are the resources? And again, they're with the county. I'm not just, what you want to do is make sure we maximize what we have, and then also go out and use what they have as well. I just want to have us, for lack of better word, bleed dry from our budget from CRA and not use other sources. There are other sources out there for us to stop as well. The last part I'm going to speak on is really quick in regards to the residential program is available assistance. The CRA Advisory Board will set the amount of the assistance available for the fiscal year in its annual budget. You know that's coming up. What I requested. The standard maximum grant contributions per application is set for 5,000 level 1. Again, 25,000 level 2. The CRA Advisory Board may raise or lower this amount at any time upon majority vote of its members. CRA staff reserves the right to evaluate applications for compatibility with program goals. After that page there, page 3 of that, you have your boundary map and then the application. This application has been looked over by Attorney Smith. This application will be in person, live, and online. Some of the items that is needed in the application, we talk about a W-9 form, a paid invoice and receipts, proof of payments, pictures of what we're working on for you. Again, employment verification, I know that's personal, so it stays with me. So I know the responsibility and the heavy duty it is to have the information. I want to be in the newspaper for good stuff. All right. Any questions from our CRA board?
I do have a quick question.
Yes, ma'am.
Any person who meets the requirements and are eligible and they do receive funds, at the end of our fiscal year, will the CRA then turn around and require that individual to file I think it's a 1099 form, or I forget the tax form number. Will they be required to fill that out because they receive funds in this regard?
So we should be providing them with the 1099 form because we gave monies out to them. Now, whether they file it or not,
I think it's more of a W-9.
More of the W-9, okay.
And then a 1099 will be, because there'll be money will be given them.
Okay.
They'll need the effort to file their income tax return.
All right.
Depending on their personal income tax situation.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Anything else from anyone?
Nope.
All right.
I want to say thank you. Thank you for a very thorough report and update and getting the CRA back on track and being forthcoming with what's available, how the programs are run and how people can qualify, and letting them know that they can apply.
Yes. Once we have our budget meeting, my launch is October 1st.
Awesome.
That's our fiscal year. So once we have our budget meeting, you guys approve everything that we have. Launch date for applications and starting the program is October 1st.
Awesome.
So get the word out there. Y'all see me walk in, y'all see me around, get the word out.
Any further questions or comments from the public? No. Are there any votes that's needed regarding this? No.
Extending gratitude.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I'll entertain a motion to adjourn CRA meeting.
So moved.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed like sign. Motion carries. Meeting adjourned.